students, a very good morning to one and all. Welcome to the next lecture of online theory class series of subject Novel Drug Delivery System. I am Mrs. Aarti Majumdar, Associate Professor, Department of Pharmaceutics, Smriti College of Pharmaceutical Education, Indore. Dear student, today we are going to start our discussion on a very important topic, that is gastroretentive drug delivery system. Before starting our discussion, I would like to summarize the main points which are going to be studied under the heading gastroretentive drug delivery system. So students, under this topic, gastroretentive drug delivery system, we are going to study about what are gastroretentive drug delivery system. Then we are also going to study about what is the need of gastric retention in the drug delivery. Then we have to study about what are the various advantages of gastroretentive drug delivery system along with the limitations of gastroretentive drug delivery system. After that, we are going to study about what is gastric emptying and what are the various factors which affect gastric emptying. Later on, we have to study about the various approaches used for gastroretentive drug delivery system. Various approaches which may be pharmacological approach, that is co-administration of certain antimuscarinic agents such as propanthaline or antidiarrheal agents such as loperamide along with drug. These antimuscarinic agent or antidiarrheal agent have their pharmacological effect as slowing of gastric motility, which finally result in the increase in gastric residence time. Because of the decrease in GI motility, the drug time at which for which the drug remains in the stomach increases. So this is the pharmacological approach, and then next approach is physiological approach. Physiological approach, it utilizes various natural materials and fat derivatives like triethanolamine myristate and some volume filling polymers such as polycarbophils. These substances again decreases the motility of GI tract so that the gastric residence time of drug increases. However, these two approaches have certain side effects because of the co-administration of other pharmacologically active agents along with the drug. So, another approach, that is pharmaceutical approach, it is most preferable. In this pharmaceutical approach, drug delivery systems are designed which may be of four types. It can be of low density drug delivery system or floating drug delivery system. Low density drug delivery system are also called as floating drug delivery system, which can be of two types, which can be effervescent or gas generating system. Because of the production of effervescence or generation of gas, the density of these delivery system decreases, which result in the floating of these delivery system in the gastric content. Then other low density drug delivery system may be non-effervescent type, which can be swelling type of drug delivery system. Because of the swelling, the density of these delivery system decreases even less than the gastric content, and as a result they float over in the gastric content. Then after this low density drug delivery system, another approach is the mucoadhesive drug delivery system. Then swellable type of drug delivery system, and another approach is high density drug delivery system. We can see in this diagram, this is a diagram of stomach. This part is called as the on the utilization of some polymers which have some mucoadhesive and bioadhesive property which adhere to the gastric mucosa. So even other content is transferred to the intestine during gastric emptying. These systems, they remain adhere over on the wall of the stomach, and thus the gastric residence time is increased. Another approach, which is swallowable type of drug delivery system, or in this system what happened, the delivery system, which initially is of a smaller size, when comes in contact with the gastric fluid, it swells and its size increases. Because of the increase in the size, it is unable to pass through this opening, which is called as pylorus, which is having a diameter of 0.9 to 1.5 centimeters only. So the swallowable system are unable to pass through the pylorus, so they remain in the stomach for a longer period of time, thus increasing the gastric residence time. Then another approach, which is high density drug delivery system. In these types of high density drug delivery system, what happens, because of the higher density of the delivery system is even higher than the gastric content, they remain they remain placed in the pyloric antrum part of this stomach, and other content is passed through stomach and through pylorus, and it is passed to the intestine, whereas these systems remain settled at the pyloric antrum of the stomach. So these are the various approaches which are used for the designing of gastroretentive drug delivery system, and all these points which we are going to study under the heading of gastroretentive drug delivery system. Now student, coming to the definition of gastroretentive drug delivery system. These gastroretentive drug delivery system are those dosage form which have a prolonged gastric residence time. Prolonged gastric residence time means the time for which the drug remains in the stomach, it is prolonged. These gastroretentive drug delivery system, they also provide spatial control over drug delivery. Dear student, in the previous classes, we have studied about what is spatial control drug delivery and what is temporal control drug delivery. Let me recall you, spatial control drug delivery is the control over drug delivery with respect to the particular site, whereas temporal control delivery provides control over the rate of release of drug. Now, before starting the need, why these gastroretentive drug delivery systems are needed, I want to explain you about what is absorption window. Dear student, when a dosage form is delivered through the oral route in the form of solid dosage form such as tablet, capsule, pill, or maybe liquid dosage form, when it is administered orally, then apart from undergoing passive absorption throughout the gastrointestinal tract, there are certain specific sites at a specific site in the gastrointestinal tract which are rich in particular carriers which are responsible for facilitated diffusion of drug molecule and active absorption of drug. So these sites from where the drug absorption is maximum are called as absorption window. So there are certain drugs which are having a very narrow absorption window. Like if they pass through, during the process of gastric emptying, when the food is passed from the stomach to the intestine, if the dosage form passes that window, that absorption window, then drug will not be absorbed. Now, why these gastro-retentive drug delivery system are needed? So these are needed for the delivery of some drug moieties, especially those drugs which have to be act locally in the stomach. For example, antacid. The effect of antacid is desired in the stomach locally because acid is present in the stomach, and anti-ulcer agents because ulcers are caused in the gastric mucosa. To treat those ulcers, if the drug is delivered locally, then it will be more effective. So for the delivery of these drugs, antacids and anti-ulcer agent, gastro-retentive drug delivery system are preferred. Then there are some drugs which have absorption window in the stomach. For example, levodopa and furosemide. So these drugs, if they are taken in the form of tablet, and if this tablet passes into the intestine, before disintegrating, the drug will not be absorbed in an appreciable manner or amount. So for such drugs whose absorption window is in stomach, they are needed to be designed as gastro-retentive drug delivery system for having better result, to get better results. Now, some drug which have poor solubility in the alkaline pH. Student, we have studied that for a drug to be absorbed into the body, it should be first present in the solution form. That means drug has to be first solubilizes in the gastrointestinal fluid. Now, there are some drugs which are having a very poor solubility at alkaline pH or in intestine. For example, diazepam and salbutamol. These drugs, they are soluble in gastric pH. They are soluble in stomach, but they are having very poor solubility in intestine. So for these drugs, the main aim is to prolong the gastric residence time, which is the time for which drug molecule resides in the stomach. So as long as these drugs will remain in stomach, they will be absorbed. However, upon reaching in the intestine, because they are not soluble in the intestinal fluid, their absorption decreases. So these type of drugs, they also need the formulation of gastro-retentive drug delivery system. Now, there are certain drugs that degrades in colon. There are some drugs which upon reaching in the large intestine or colon, they degrades. They are unstable in the environment, colon environment. So, for example, captopril, ranitidine and metronidazole. So, main aim for formulating dosage form for these drugs is to the dosage form should be such that it should remain in stomach for maximum time. And then another category of drugs which have narrow window of absorption or narrow absorption window, they are also needed to be formulated as gastro-retentive drug delivery system. However, there are certain drugs for which these gastro-retentive drug delivery system are not suitable, such as drugs having poor solubility in stomach, and drugs which are having poor stability at acidic pH, for example, insulin. And there are certain drugs which are having extensive first pass metabolism. These types of drugs which are having low solubility at acidic pH, low stability at an acidic pH, such as insulin, and drugs which are having extensive first pass metabolism. These drugs molecule, for these drug molecule, gastro-retentive drug delivery system are not suitable to formulate. Now students, coming to the advantages of gastro-retentive drug delivery system. So most important advantage is absorption. Because of the prolonged gastric retention time, more time is spent by the doses formed near the absorption window, which result in the improved drug absorption. Next, these gastroretentive drug delivery system provides controlled delivery of the drug, thus enabling the maintenance of systemic drug concentration well within the therapeutic window, thus reducing toxicity. Next advantage is the ease of administration, as these gastroretentive drug delivery systems are designed to be administered through the oral route of drug administration. As a student, we have already discussed about that the oral route is the most preferable route of drug administration because of the many reasons, being most convenient and non-invasive, as no surgery is required in case of gastroretentive drug delivery system, as it is required for administering implantable controlled drug delivery system, thus improving patient compliance, which is another advantage of these gastroretentive drug delivery system. Now, as the drug is released in a controlled way, it results in the reduced toxicity and reduced mucosal irritation. Next advantage is it provides local action in case of certain gastrointestinal ailments such as gastroesophageal reflux and gastric ulcer. These gastroretentive drug delivery system, they provide a local delivery of drug near to the site of where the action is desired. This results in an effective therapy of the disease. Apart from having these advantages, there are certain disadvantages of these gastroretentive drug delivery system, such as drug molecules such as non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, which produces gastric lesions. So these types of drugs are not suitable to be formulated as gastroretentive drug delivery system. Also, certain drugs which are having very less solubility in gastric pH or in stomach, such as phenytoin, they cannot be formulated as gastroretentive drug delivery system, because if the drug is not soluble in gastric fluid, it will not be absorbed. Then there are certain drugs, certain molecules such as insulin, which are unstable at acidic pH. So for these drugs, the gastroretentive drug delivery system are not suitable. Then also for drugs having extensive first pass metabolism, these gastroretentive drug delivery system are not suitable to be formulated. So student, today we have studied about what are gastroretentive drug delivery system, what is the need for gastroretentive drug delivery system, what are the various advantages and what are the various limitations